Poultry industry, a cornerstone of our global food supply, constantly faces challenges, and one of the most concerning is colibacillosis. This bacterial disease, often a silent thief in poultry farms, can wreak havoc on flocks worldwide, impacting bird health, farmer livelihoods, and ultimately our dinner plates. Colibacillosis doesn't discriminate. It affects chickens of all ages and production systems, from small backyard flocks to large commercial operations. Understanding this disease, its causes, and how to prevent it is crucial for anyone involved in poultry production. Escherichia coli, commonly known as E. coli, is a bacterium often associated with food poisoning in humans. However, its impact on the poultry industry, specifically through colibacillosis, is a significant concern. While many E. coli strains are harmless residents of the intestinal tract, certain types known as Avian Pathogenic E. coli, APEC, are the primary culprits behind colibacillosis in birds. Among the various APEC serogroups, O1, O2, and O78 are frequently implicated in poultry colibacillosis outbreaks. These serogroups are classified based on the specific molecules present on the bacterium surface, which influence their virulence and ability to cause disease. Understanding the different serogroups is crucial for developing effective diagnostic tools and targeted prevention strategies. The epidemiology of colibacillosis is complex, involving various factors that contribute to its spread and severity. Environmental contamination plays a significant role as E. coli can persist in poultry houses, litter, and water sources, posing a constant risk to susceptible birds. Overcrowding, poor ventilation, and inadequate sanitation practices further exacerbate the problem, creating ideal conditions for bacterial growth and transmission. Stress is another crucial factor that can weaken a bird's immune system, making them more susceptible to colibacillosis. Factors like transportation, handling, and changes in feed or environment can all contribute to stress in poultry. Addressing these stressors through proper management practices is essential for minimizing outbreaks and maintaining flock health. Early detection of colibacillosis is crucial for effective treatment and control. However, the disease can manifest in various ways, often mimicking other poultry illnesses, making diagnosis challenging. Clinical signs vary depending on the bird's age, the strain of E. coli involved, and the presence of other underlying conditions. In young chicks, colibacillosis often presents as omphalitis, an infection of the navel. This condition can lead to lethargy, poor appetite, and death if left untreated. Older birds might exhibit respiratory symptoms like coughing, sneezing, and difficulty breathing. Diarrhea, often accompanied by white or yellowish droppings, is another common sign of colibacillosis. Veterinarians use a combination of clinical observations, post-mortem examinations, and laboratory tests to diagnose colibacillosis definitively. Necropsy, the examination of deceased birds, can reveal characteristic lesions in various organs including the air sacs, liver, and intestines. These lesions, often accompanied by inflammation and pus, provide valuable clues for diagnosis. Laboratory testing is essential for confirming the presence of APEC and determining the specific serogroup involved. Bacterial culture, where samples are grown in a laboratory setting, allows for the isolation and identification of E. coli. Further testing, such as polymerase chain reaction, PCR, can identify specific virulence genes present in APEC strains, providing valuable information for disease management. Treating colibacillosis typically involves a multifaceted approach, combining antimicrobial therapy with supportive care to alleviate symptoms and prevent further complications. Antibiotics, specifically those effective against gram-negative bacteria like E. coli, are the mainstay of treatment. However, the emergence of antibiotic resistance poses a significant challenge, making it crucial to use these drugs judiciously and responsibly. Veterinarians often rely on antibiotic susceptibility testing to determine the most effective treatment regimen. This test involves exposing isolated E. coli strains to different antibiotics to identify which ones effectively inhibit bacterial growth. This personalized approach helps ensure treatment success while minimizing the risk of selecting for resistant strains. Supportive care measures play a crucial role in improving bird welfare and promoting recovery. Providing access to clean, fresh water is essential for maintaining hydration, especially in birds experiencing diarrhea. Electrolyte solutions can be added to the water to replenish lost electrolytes and support proper fluid balance. Maintaining a clean and comfortable environment is equally crucial during treatment. Removing wet litter and ensuring proper ventilation helps reduce bacterial load and improve air quality, promoting respiratory health. Additionally, providing easily digestible, nutrient-rich feed can help support the bird's immune systems and aid in their recovery. Section 5. Prevention is key. Safeguarding your flock. Preventing colibacillosis is far more effective and economical than treating outbreaks after they occur. Implementing comprehensive biosecurity measures forms the foundation of any successful prevention strategy. Biosecurity encompasses a range of practices designed to minimize the introduction and spread of infectious agents within a poultry operation. Strict hygiene protocols are paramount. Regular cleaning and disinfection of poultry houses, equipment, and surrounding areas help reduce bacterial load and minimize the risk of transmission. Controlling access to poultry house requiring footbaths and protective clothing for anyone entering further minimizes the introduction of pathogens. Maintaining optimal bird density is crucial for preventing disease outbreaks. Overcrowding creates stress, compromises immune function, and facilitates the rapid spread of pathogens. Providing adequate space for birds to move freely, access feed and water without competition, and exhibit natural behaviors is essential for their well-being. Resistance. Proper ventilation is another critical aspect of colibacillosis prevention. Good ventilation helps remove excess moisture and dust from the poultry house, predicting the healthier environment for birds. Fresh air circulation reduces the field of harmful gases and pathogens, minimizing the risk of respiratory infection. Section 6. The economic bite. Colibacillosis's impact. Colibacillosis's impact on the poultry industry is substantial, translating to significant economic losses for producers worldwide. These losses stem from various factors, including increased mortality, reduced growth rates, decreased egg production, and the costs associated with treatment and prevention measures. The financial burden can be particularly heavy for small-scale farmers with limited resources. Increased mortality directly impacts a farm's profitability by reducing the number of birds available for market. Colibacillosis outbreaks can lead to high mortality rates, especially in young chicks, significantly affecting a farm's overall output. The loss of birds also represents a waste of resources invested in breeding, hatching, and early-stage care. Birds infected with colibacillosis often experience reduced growth rates, requiring more time and feed to reach market weight. This prolonged growth period translates to higher production costs, including feed, housing, and labor. Furthermore, the delayed time to market can disrupt production schedules and affect a farm's ability to meet consumer demand. For laying hens, colibacillosis infections can lead to a significant decline in egg production. The bacteria responsible for the disease can infect the reproductive tract, causing inflammation and impairing egg formation. Reduced egg production directly impacts revenue streams for egg producers, further contributing to the economic burden of colibacillosis. Section 7. Biosecurity, the first line of defense. Biosecurity stands as the first and most crucial line of defense against colibacillosis and other infectious diseases in poultry farming. It encompasses a set of management practices designed to prevent the introduction and spread of pathogens within a farm, protecting flock health and minimizing the risk of costly outbreaks. A comprehensive biosecurity plan should address various aspects of farm management, starting with controlling access to poultry houses, restricting entry to essential personnel only, and requiring them to follow strict hygiene protocols, such as wearing protective clothing and using footbaths, helps prevent the inadvertent introduction of pathogens. Regular cleaning and disinfection of poultry houses and equipment are paramount. Removing organic matter, such as litter and feathers, followed by thorough disinfection with appropriate agents, effectively reduces bacterial load and minimizes the risk of transmission. Implementing an all-in, all-out system where all birds are removed and the house is thoroughly cleaned and disinfected between flocks, further enhances biosecurity. Managing the movement of vehicles and equipment within and between farms is crucial. Vehicles entering a farm should be cleaned and disinfected, especially if they have been on other farms or facilities where poultry or other livestock are present. Similarly, shared equipment, such as feeders and drinkers, should be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected between uses to prevent cross-contamination. Section 8. Vaccination, a shield for your birds. Vaccination plays a crucial role in protecting poultry flocks from colibacillosis, reducing the incidence and severity of outbreaks. Vaccines stimulate the bird's immune systems to recognize and fight specific disease-causing agents, providing a proactive approach to disease control. Various types of vaccines are available, each targeting specific APEC serogroups or common virulence factors. Live attenuated vaccines containing weakened versions of APEC are commonly used to protect against colibacillosis. These vaccines mimic natural infection, stimulating a robust immune response that provides long-lasting protection. However, live vaccines require careful handling and storage to maintain their efficacy. Inactivated vaccines containing killed APEC offer another vaccination strategy. While inactivated vaccines generally elicit a milder immune response compared to live vaccines, they offer advantages in terms of safety and ease of administration. They are often preferred for use in young chicks or birds with compromised immune systems. The choice of vaccine, dosage, and administration route should be determined in consultation with a veterinarian experienced in poultry health. Factors considered include the specific APEC serogroups prevalent in the region, the age and health status of the birds, and the farm's management practices. Regular booster vaccinations might be necessary to maintain adequate immunity throughout the birds' lives. Section 9. Management matters, reducing stress and crowding. Proper management practices are essential for maintaining flock health and minimizing the risk of colibacillosis outbreaks. Stress weakens a bird's immune system, making them more susceptible to infections. Therefore, reducing stress and providing an optimal environment is crucial for disease prevention. Overcrowding is a significant stressor for poultry, leading to increased competition for resources, compromised air quality, and a higher risk of disease transmission. Providing adequate space for birds to move freely, access feed and water without competition, and exhibit natural behaviors is essential for their well-being. Maintaining optimal temperature and humidity levels within the poultry house is crucial for bird comfort and health. Extreme temperatures, whether too hot or too cold, can stress birds, compromising their immune systems. Similarly, high humidity levels create a favorable environment for bacterial growth, increasing the risk of infection. Proper ventilation is essential for removing excess moisture, ammonia, and dust from the poultry house, creating a healthier environment for birds. Fresh air circulation reduces the buildup of harmful gases and pathogens, minimizing the risk of respiratory infections, including colibacillosis. Section 10. The future of colibacillosis control. The fight against colibacillosis in poultry is an ongoing endeavor, demanding continuous research and innovation to develop more effective prevention and control strategies. Scientists and veterinarians are actively exploring novel approaches to combat this persistent threat to the poultry industry. One promising area of research focuses on developing vaccines that target specific virulence factors of APEC. By identifying and targeting these key molecules responsible for the bacterium's ability to cause disease, researchers aim to create vaccines that provide broader protection against various APEC strains. Another avenue of exploration involves enhancing the bird's natural defenses against infection. Researchers are investigating the use of probiotics, beneficial bacteria that can be added to feed or water, to improve gut health and boost the immune system's ability to fight off pathogens like APEC. Advancements in diagnostics are also playing a crucial role in colibacillosis control. Rapid and accurate diagnostic tests allow for early detection of outbreaks, enabling timely intervention and minimizing the spread of infection. Molecular techniques such as PCR are becoming increasingly sophisticated, allowing for the identification of specific APEC serogroups and virulence.